Okay, so now it was just my husband and I. So imagine that my husband could not really do anything for me. Imagine that was my case. Obviously, I'm definitely going to call police for my husband, because at that point I'm in pain, I'm frustrated, I can't do anything for myself, I can't help myself, I have a toddler, okay, I have a new baby to catch up for. So anybody in my shoes will be frustrated at that point if there is no help. Hello beautiful people, how you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing fine. As you can see, my name is Tochi. If you're seeing my face for the first time, and you are welcome to my channel. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button now, okay? And I assure you that you won't regret being part of this family. And to my returning subscribers, my G's, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. Thank you for always watching my videos. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate. Thank you. So guys, still on the UK family living and everything that comes with it, I'll be talking about the challenges couples face living in the UK. It is no longer news that a lot of couples face challenges moving to the UK. Okay, you hear things like couples going their separate ways, couples not being able to resolve their differences, wives calling police for their husbands, and things like that. So in today's video, I just want to give you an idea of what that happens, okay? So if you wish to know all about that, please make sure you watch this video to the end. I'll be giving you the details and everything you need to know about the basic challenges couples face living in the UK. Living in the UK comes with its own challenges, okay? People have to deal with living alone, staying away from their families, staying away from their friends. Some people have never dealt with that in their life before, okay? Most people have grown living with their family, staying together with their friends. Most people live in their family houses. Some people can't even deal with staying apart from their families, like living in different towns. Talk more of living in different countries, you know. Now, couples move here, okay, you know, with the hope of getting a better life for themselves and for their families, all right? Some come here on work visa, some come here on student visa, and, you know, and all of that. Moving to this place, you know, you're faced with, you know, difficulties, challenges. You have to deal with it all by yourself, you know. Unlike, you know, most people in Nigeria, when you have challenges, you run to your parents, you run to your kindred people, they call Muna meetings, you report to your husband or your wife, to your families. So they come to your house, they call a meeting for them, they go to your village, they call a meeting for them, they caution them, okay, and all of that. Moving to this place is a challenge for those kind of people, because they can't get that kind of a thing here. They are all alone, all by themselves, so they have to learn to deal with whatever they have, to deal with their challenges by themselves. Do you get? So that alone can cause friction between couples, because they've not learned to deal with their stuff all by themselves, okay? And it's usually an issue for them because they're learning it for the first time. They're not used to that kind of a thing. So couples in these situations are bound to always have issues living in the UK until they learn to resolve it. Another thing that causes friction between couples that is well known is this issue of childcare that we're talking about, okay? Now, for the both couples to work, they have to be one person at home to always take care of the kids, okay? Now, when the woman is working, the man has to stay at home to take care of the kids. And then when the man is working, the woman has to stay at home to take care of the kids. Now, imagine there is this man who doesn't know anything about taking care of kids. He's going to have issues with his wife. He's bound to have issues, okay? Now, imagine that the wife goes to work in the morning and is to come back in the evening or in the night, and the man is left to take care of the kids all by himself. How does he get around changing diapers, bathing the kids, feeding the kids? He's not used to all of that. Now, this man is somebody that in Nigeria, he has house helps, or somebody that his, you know, younger sisters are living with him, people are living with him. You know, in Nigeria, getting house helps is very easy. So people in Nigeria have all that. They have people serving them, they have people living with them, they have people helping them to take care of their kids. But here it's not like that. You have to learn to do all that by yourself. So now a man who is used to this kind of life, he comes here and has to learn to do all those things by himself. It's possible that he doesn't even know how to cook. It's possible he doesn't even know how to clean the house. It's possible he doesn't even know how to take care of kids. It's possible that he doesn't really know how to do all those things. So his wife goes to work and comes back, sees that everywhere is messed up, everywhere is a mess. Okay, she's going to freak out. Sometimes she might even be frustrated. She might shout on the guy, and then if it's a guy that has temper issues, he's going to hit his wife. and then his wife is going to call police for her husband. So yeah, so you now hear that this wife called police for the husband. This is the reason. It's not far from it. So the wife would now feel like the husband is not even helping out at all, and she might be frustrated. She might now take out the frustration on the husband and then call the police for him. And you know, here they don't even tolerate abuse or any form of it at all. So if you call the police and the police find out that you are in any form of abuse or anything, they're not taking it like they're going to pick your husband. So yeah, that's it. I remember someone even telling me that there was a time that her children mistakenly called the police. The police came to their house. You know, they had to convince the police it was the children that called them mistakenly. Okay, the police entered their house, went upstairs, they were just checking to make sure that everything was fine. And luckily the kids were just there playing and eating and all of that. So she was like trying to explain to them that it was the kids that mistakenly called them, that everything was fine in the house. But the police came in just to make sure that everything was fine. So you don't take such things lightly here, okay? Even your neighbors can call police for you if they feel like you're maltreating your child, or if they feel like your husband is abusing you. If they just feel like things are not going on well in your home, neighbors can just call police for you. And the next thing, there's a knock on your door and it's the police. Most of us are not used to this kind of thing. So coming here to a system that works, and you just call the police, and the next thing, that's your house, just trying to make sure that everything is fine with you. So it takes a lot for somebody that's going through any form of abuse not to call the police. So guys, in my case, I had my baby here, okay, and there was nobody that came for omugo for me. For those who don't know what omugo is, okay, omugo is like taking care of the mom and the child after birth. You know, that is a period when after a woman has a baby, her mom or her mother-in-law or her sister or anybody just comes, you know, to help take care of her and her baby while she recovers, and, you know, just take care of her and her baby, basically. Having my baby here, I didn't have anyone come to take care of me. Okay, for me, we decided that my mom is going to come when I'm about to start work. So I felt like since this is my second child, we could do it by ourselves. We could just manage, okay? So that we want my mom to come when I'm about to resume work. That was the decision we made, okay? So it was just me and my husband, all right? Now I had a CS, and we all know that having CS is not easy at all. For the first few days after having your baby, you practically can't even do anything for yourself. You need help. Okay, so now it was just my husband and I. So imagine that my husband could not really do anything for me. Imagine that my husband is in that category of men who don't do anything, who can't cook, who feel like a woman's place is in the kitchen. They can't do anything in the kitchen, they can't do anything to help the house. Imagine that was my case. Obviously, I'm definitely going to call police for my husband, because at that point I'm in pain, I'm frustrated, I can't do anything for myself, I can't help myself, I have a toddler, okay, I have a new baby to cater for. So anybody in my shoes will be frustrated at that point if there is no help. Of course, you're in pain, your baby is crying, you're dealing with breastfeeding issues, you're dealing with your toddler, you're dealing with your baby. At that point, you're going to be frustrated if there is no help. I even remember that on one of my midwife visits, saying that there was no help, and I was just lying on the bed. I couldn't help myself. I was in pain. She was like, hope your husband is helping you. Just leave everything for him to do. I was like, yes, he's helping. So imagine that I had said no, that he wasn't helping. Imagine, of course, it's going to involve the police, social service. They will safeguard me and all of that. So that is why you just hear that couples keep having challenges, couples keep fighting and all of that in the UK. It's not easy. So a man who is coming from a place where he has all those things in place, a place where everybody is serving him, a place where he has people at his beck and call, you know, coming here where he now has to do all those things by himself, okay, it's really not easy. So if you have a husband who helps around the house, if you have a partner who is harmful, you don't even know what you have. Be thankful, especially if you're living abroad, because it's not easy. At that stage of my life, my husband had to bathe a newborn baby. He had to do it. My husband was the one cooking. My husband was the one bathing my daughter and my baby. My husband was the one practically serving me, because I couldn't do anything by myself. He was the one that did the omugo for me, really. We just did it the way we could, all right? Because I have a partner who understands. I have a partner who helps. Now, and I'm grateful for that. Some men don't know how to do that, okay? So when they come here, it's a struggle for them. There was a story that a friend even told me recently of a couple that came here, okay? And the end of their studies, instead of staying back, they had to go back to Nigeria because of these issues. They just couldn't resolve their issues. They kept having issues. And then the woman was like, I can't stay here and die. Like, I have to go back to Nigeria. There's no point staying here. Because everything was just on her. everything, the childcare, the cleaning, the cooking. It was just overwhelming for her. She was frustrated. She kept calling police for her husband. She was like that she couldn't continue with this. She just couldn't continue. The man wanted to stay back, but the lady had to go back, and she was the one on the student visa. He was on dependent visa. He wanted to stay back. He tried to convince her for them to stay back, but she was like, no, she had had it up to here. She couldn't just remain here. They had to go back to Nigeria. So some couples are like that, okay? There's just this friction. They just keep fighting. They just don't resolve their issues. They're always having challenges and all of that, and it's really frustrating. So that's it. Basically, couples just have to be understanding, knowing the country you live in, knowing the situation of things around you. You just have to find a balance, and then most couples find it difficult to find that balance. That is the challenge they are having. So you just have to learn to deal with your things all by yourself. Like I explained in the childcare video. If you've not seen it, please go and see it, okay? Childcare is an issue here. So every man coming abroad must learn to take care of babies. You must learn it. You must learn to take care of your kids. You must learn to bathe your baby. You must learn to change diapers. You must learn it. You have to. Because if you don't learn it, if you come here, you would struggle. You're going to be having challenges with your wife. Because if you have to leave all those things for her and she has to work, how do you deal with all those? Is it that you're going to leave the child on the diaper she wears, or your wife is going to work? The child will be on that diaper till your wife comes back to change it. You have to learn it. Even if it's not the main meal, you have to learn to cook the basics, at least to cook for your kids. Because you're going to spend time with your kids, you're going to take care of them when your wife is at work. You have to learn all those things. So that is my advice for men watching this video, okay? If you have plans of traveling abroad and you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to clean the house, you don't know how to do basic things around the house, please go and learn it, okay? Try and learn it. Even if you have house helps that does all those things for you, except you don't have plans of moving abroad. But if you have plans of moving abroad, please just try and learn all those things. And then for the men that know all these things, for the men that even know how to do those things more than us, the women, kudos to you. You guys are the real MVPs, really. I'm happy when I see men doing all these things. Like, it's a plus. And then for the single ladies as well, okay, if you have plans moving abroad, please try and marry a man that knows his way around the kitchen, that knows his way around the house, please, to avoid all these kind of problems. Because in Nigeria, you can afford to even buy food. There are many people that sell food. You can afford to hire somebody, stock up, just buy food. But here, for how long do you intend to buy food if you say you want to keep buying food from people? How long do you want to keep doing that? It's not even cheap. You're going to spend all the money you're making buying food from food vendors. It's not cheap, because labor is not cheap here. So anybody you contract to cook for you, you have to pay, and you have to pay good money for it. So that's basically it. And the system does not even support only one partner working. The two parties have to work to make a decent living. That's why they have to learn to find a balance. Because when the wife is working, the husband will be at home with the kids. And when the husband is working, the wife will be at home with the kids. That's the way it works. So in my case, I really don't have that issue because my husband knows how to cook and he likes it. In fact, my husband makes the best fried rice. Like, he even cooks fried rice better than I do. I'm just grateful to God that I really don't have that issue in my home. Like, I'm thankful for my husband, okay? My husband knows how to do all these things and he's even happy doing it. He just knows how to cook and he loves it. Sometimes he just tells me, don't worry, let me do it. And I'm grateful. But there's some people who don't know how to do all those things and it's a big challenge for them. So please, for the men, just try and learn how to cook. Just try and learn the basic things to avoid this kind of stories, to avoid your wife calling police for you, to avoid your neighbors calling police for you, to avoid the people packing your bags and going back to Nigeria or going back to your country because you just can't deal with abroad life. Abroad life is hard on its own. Then you now want to now bring family challenge into it. It's going to be frustrating for anybody. You know, women go through a lot. Pregnancy, delivery, childcare, all of that. So it's frustrating if you don't have a partner that supports you, if you don't have a partner that helps you. It's really frustrating. I really don't blame women that call police for their husbands. And here, they don't tolerate it at all. I remember when I was even pregnant, I think I was very weak because my pregnancy comes with weakness. I was very weak. I went for my antenatal in the hospital. I just couldn't go home. I was just weak. After I finished seeing the doctor, you know, it was time for me to go. I just lay down there on the bed. I couldn't even stand. And then the midwife was like, are you okay? Are you going through any form of abuse? And I was like, I'm fine. It's just that I'm weak. Okay. You know, I'm sure she asked that question because she felt like maybe I thought about going home. she felt like probably going home was a nightmare for me or something. So they always ask pregnant women that question: are you going through any form of abuse? Is everything okay at home? Is your partner helping you? They just want to know, because they know that it's not easy. Okay, so they really want to know if you have a partner that is supportive. And if you don't have a supportive partner, it's usually an issue. So for couples, if you come here, you just have to find something that works for you. You just have to find a method that works for you. For the women, just don't do more than you can do. Don't do more than yourself. Just do what you can do and leave the rest. So you don't come here and be frustrated, okay? Just take it one day at a time. Let you and your partner just do what works for you. Find a balance. Just try, and I assure you that you guys will be fine. Okay, you guys will definitely be fine. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. In fact, at this point, I wonder what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button now. Okay, yeah, hit it. Yeah, thank you. Follow me on social media. Okay, all my handles are in the description box. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.